Seattle music is real talk.
Well, hey, we here on Seattle Music is Real Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Benjamin. I'm here with a very special guest. A very special guest. You know what I'm saying? One of the town favorites that been in the Seattle music scene for a long time. Jace, Black Staxs, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. It's Jace, J-A-C-E.
Jace.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep calling you Chase. I don't know why I be calling you Chase, man.
I be chasing it. That's why. We got to get to it. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir, man. Hey, man, introduce yourself to the audience, man, and let them know who you are, man.
Absolutely. Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is JC Cage. I'm half of that tandem, Black Staxs, Seattle representative, South End dweller, MC, father, community member, activist, black man with a permanent tan, all of those good things that represent the 2O sickness.
You hear it, man. Black man with a permanent tan. I liked it, that one. I could dig it, man. Hey, man, let them know how long you been in the Seattle music scene, man.
You know, when I talk about this, I say it with my chest out because I think in these days and times, there's a lot of stigma to being an older MC or to being someone who has participated in decades. And so for 4 decades, I've been involved with Seattle music.
Yes, sir. That's 4 decades for all of y'all that don't understand what a decade is, man. This man been in the game for over 40 years. So understanding, man, is real and live and direct. So all you youngsters, pay homage to who really paved the way for you out here in the Northwest, man.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out the other half of Black Staxs, man.
Oh, you already know it's the one and only, the soul of the city, Felicia Lau.
Felicia Lau, yes, sir. Shout out to you, baby girls. Too bad you wasn't on here today, but we gonna get you. We gonna get you. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, tell me something, man. Who got you? Who inspired you to get into the music, man? Who is your biggest influence?
That's an interesting question, Mr. Benjamin, because I come from revolution.
Okay.
I come from resistance.
Okay.
I come from the love of blackness. And so I would say what inspired me was actually my mother and my father.
Your mother and your father.
Yeah, by just being supporters of the loving of black folks, being in love with how we stand up and how we show up. And, you know, I come from parents that were a part of the civil rights movement.
Hey, so
right?
you
Black
come
Panthers.
Okay.
You know, all
you
of that.
deeply rooted.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I would say they were my inspiration, and the fact that they always played music. I always heard soul. I always heard jazz. I always heard the blues. I always heard African drum. I always heard reggae. I always heard gospel in my home. And so I think they raised me and gave me the inspiration, but more importantly, they gave me the foundation of what the soundtrack of our life would be.
They basically poured the concrete for you to stand on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and I hope
sir,
my
man.
footprints are making them proud.
Man, but believe you me, man, you are, man. You are, man,
appreciate
because you shining
I appreciate it.
like the star you are,
I
man.
appreciate
Believe
you.
it,
I
man.
appreciate
You know,
you. I
we don't
appreciate
really get too much recognition for what we do around here, man. You know, people don't really understand and don't really, you know what I'm saying, pay it attention because they feel like they doing better. They're
Yeah.
doing this. Their
Yeah.
cliques doing this. Their cliques doing that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got to give homage to the ones that actually made it possible for them to even say that there even is a Seattle music sound
That's right.
and a Seattle music scene.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I think, you know, in saying that, we got to pay homage to those that shoulders we stand on,
That's
you know,
exactamundo.
and all of those artists who made the contribution, whether they blew up in the eyes of the media or they blew up in the eyes of the community,
Correct.
they made an impact, and their
Correct.
impact is the ability for us to sit here today, talk about how real Seattle music is,
Yes.
talk about your legacy, talk about my legacy, and the continuation of the work that we still doing, because we
Hey,
ain't
man,
done yet.
We ain't done yet. Not at all, man. This is just the beginning.
That's right.
See, we still got the passion for the music scene out here because we all got one goal, man. And one goal is to let the rest of the world know that Seattle music is real, man.
Without question.
Man, because
Without question.
I know, man, you're on your way to do some big things. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been international, you'd have been national, you'd have been everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically.
Yeah, but that's the representation of the town, right?
Correct.
Because we so diverse in what we do, we're not limited to one thing. And I wasn't raised to think that the box had a lid on it. The box that I grew up in, the lid was open.
Yeah, never
so we
had
was
a
never
lid
stuck
on it.
in it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's
Yes.
about traveling. It's about the experience. It's about the exchange. And it's about making sure you represent this place, the Pacific Northwest,
Man,
as the best.
Tell them that
We
again,
represent
man.
the Pacific Northwest as the best in the world.
Yes, man. See, man, this is why it's important for us to be doing what we're doing today, man. It's because of the gems that be dropped, man. And you know, people just gotta understand where they're really coming from and where they're really rooted at.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
because the young generation nowadays, you know, I try to focus on the new generation because they're our future.
Absolutely.
They're the ones that's gonna keep the legacy going.
Absolutely.
When we stop.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Which we ain't gonna never stop
Right.
until we don't have no more breath in us, man,
That's
and
right.
our eyes stay shut forever.
That's right.
But as long as we wake up and open our eyes every day,
That's
man, we breathe, sleep, eat. It's all through our blood. The Seattle
It's in the
music is real.
bloodstream. It's in the
Yes.
bloodstream.
Yes.
We don't get no choices, right?
No choices.
It's on us and in us, and we don't get that choice.
Man,
but I
I
wanted to
could
say
be.
something about what you said about the youth, because I think there's a disassociation sometimes, and the intergenerational importance needs to be talked about, right? It's not just about the 15 to 35-year-olds. It's not just about the 5-year-olds to 15-year-olds. It's not just about the 40-year-olds to 60-year-olds. It's about all of us. And when we all come together and they can taste that gumbo and they can see that vision, it makes us stronger. And so we want to be the strongest entity that we can be, not a separated, watered down, easy to manipulate, easy to figure out who the one person is for 5 years. Then we move on again for another 5 years. Then we move on again. It all should be connected. And the young people that I get to work with out of the residency, I talk to them about this all the time. It didn't happen and start when y'all came. It started before y'all came. It's going to continue after you leave.
Yes, sir.
So what you need to do is recognize those that have come before, recognize those that are here now, and recognize that one day we're going to have to pass this baton and they're going to have to run this race, because it's all a game.
Hey, man, speaking of the residency, man, tell our audience, man, a little bit about the residency, man, and how it got started.
Well, the residency, we're celebrating 10 years this year.
Okay,
so congratulations to the residency on
congratulations.
10 years. It was started in 2015, and it was out of a need. It was out of the need of seeing how important hip hop was to the community, seeing how important hip hop was to the world, seeing how it connected young people through the language, through the music, through the culture, through the style, through all of those things that were happening in hip hop. And Seattle needed to make sure that the world knew that we had ours. We have our contribution. So in 2015, Ben Secord, Jonathan Cunningham sat down and they talked about creating a rap camp. Just something particularly for young folks, melanated folks who weren't getting opportunities in this region. And they talked about how we are the source of it, but we're not the ones benefiting from it, right? And then they were able to get Macklemore involved, and he was able to put his name, put his resources behind it. And now the residency is a program that uses hip hop for youth development.
Man, and it's big too.
It's doing its thing.
I'm telling you, the residency is a entity that if you don't know about it, you need to know about.
Absolutely.
It. Let them know where they can find out information about that.
Well, the residency is go online. It's the residencyseattle.org. Take a look at what we're doing. Take a look at what we have coming up. Take a look at some of the young people that have come out of this program and the things that they're doing. And then take a look at where we're going, how we're setting a tone for the world to recognize that Seattle's hip hop is alive and well and has a contribution to make.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, that was beautifully spoken, man.
Yes, sir.
Because you know our audience sometimes sometimes you have to spell it out for them. You know what I'm saying? Or say it in a way where they can understand it.
Absolutely.
So they can actually really go check it out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Now tell me this, man. Who's your top 5 artists? It doesn't even have to be rappers. I just say artists in the music industry.
In the music industry?
Or to you. I refer that to you. I ain't going to say the music industry. I'm going to say to you because everybody is different. everybody has their own top 5. Who's
Absolutely.
yours?
That's an interesting question. I don't never really get asked that question too much. But if I look back, and I would say, Otis Redding played a role in my life.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye played a role in my life. That's hard to limit it to 5. It's hard. It's hard because, if you talk about MCs, you're gonna talk about a Rakim. You're gonna talk about Run DMC.
Okay.
You're gonna talk about Public Enemy, right? But then you look at it and you say, well, Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You look at it and say, Ice Cube with America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna look at it and say, the soul of, I'm trying to think of somebody who it doesn't get a lot of recognition but deserves it. The soul of a Scarface, right? Being from Texas, right? And then you look at on the vocal side of things. I came up, I was listening to Big Mama Thornton. I was listening to the OJs. I was listening to the Whispers. I was listening to the Ohio Players. I was listening to a young Patti LaBelle.
I was listening to real music.
I was listening to music. And so that's why I say it's hard to say that there's just 5, right? And if you talk about the town, I've just been inspired by the movement of the town, by people like yourself who are doing things that are outside of the town, but always bringing it back to the town.
Yes, sir.
Always representing the town, whether it's a Mix-a-Lot, or whether it's a Macklemore, or whether it's a Vic Dags, or whether it's a Brihanna Jawar, whether it's a Taz Enrico, or a Kenshi Kills, or whether it's a Sanaya or Isaiah Banks, or there's so much Maya Gaia. There's so much diverse that can go on and on and on, right? And I don't want to leave people out, but I'll just say this: when you find something good, you always want to go back and taste it.
Yes.
It's good food.
Yes.
And so for me, if it's good music, if it has a place in the world, then it's probably something I'm gonna listen to.
Say that there, man.
Yeah.
Say that there. Speaking of, you was talking about the talent artists. How do you feel about the Seattle music scene, period?
I think we have an opportunity to do something totally different. Okay. I think we have an opportunity to create the industry we want, not the industry that's given to us.
Okay.
I think, like I said, I named some artists, right? I left out like a Chrissy P or a Nestra, right?
Well, you're going to leave out a whole lot of artists because there's a whole lot of artists.
There's a whole lot of artists,
you know what I'm saying? Which he's not trying to leave out.
No, I'm not trying to leave them out.
Trying to say every artist right now, we'll be here all night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's so much talent out here, man.
And I think that goes to your question, like, how do I look at it? I think they're very talented. But one thing I don't know if they understand is the contributions that they're making can change not just Seattle, but the world. It can change how people see us, how they hear us, how they come to our town and respect the artists that are here, and not like we're just celebrating them. They need to come and fit in and understand, like, you're not coming to Seattle and creating no new culture. You're not coming to Seattle and giving us a scene.
Right.
You're not coming to Seattle and teaching us. You might come to Seattle and learn a little bit.
You might come to Seattle this, man.
And be schooled to some things.
Yes.
Because we're smart, we're talented, we have resources, we have finances, we have all of these different things, and we're a gem. And to me, we're like the last frontier for the whole United States.
I was just finna say, we are the last frontier.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, to today's artists, I hear this a lot. A lot of Northern Cali artists always say that Seattle artists try to sound like them. try to implicate them.
Yeah.
The guy LaRusso was on an interview and he said that he came to Seattle and made a hip hop scene or something.
Cultivated a hip hop scene.
Cultivated a hip hop scene. How you feel about that? Because when I heard that, I started laughing. You know what I'm saying?
I laughed, but then I felt a little disrespected.
Yeah.
Because I also know he didn't do his research.
Not at
He
all.
didn't know that E40 and the Click was coming up here. He didn't know that Souls of Mischief was coming up here. He didn't know that Messy Marv and them was coming up here. And they was working out of our studios, getting beats from our producers, living up here and being a part of our lifestyle.
Yes.
And so the disrespect wasn't that he felt that he's dope. You should feel you dope. But when you come to a place that is already cultivated, already has something, when you're on the mic and you're performing with I Am Shamel and she's killing you and you're jumping up and down, how do you then go back and say you're cultivating something? You're performing with an Oblé Reed who's doing things. You're performing with these people. They're coming and opening up your show. They're participating in your freestyles. But then you'll say you're cultivating our scene? So what are you saying? You're saying that they ain't no good? Are you saying that you're teaching them? Or what are you really saying? And so I took it as disrespect to the scene, not to the Bay Area as a whole, but to a young person. And this is where I go back, and I said it earlier. You think it started because you showed up.
Right.
It's been here.
It's been here.
It's been here.
Yeah.
Go talk to those OGs in the Bay that you know you couldn't say that to. I couldn't go to the Bay and say, I'm cultivating the Bay Area because my family's from Richmond, California. They're going to be like, hey, bro, you better watch what you say. Ain't Too Short here? Wasn't Tupac here? Ain't MC Hammer here? Ain't E40 and the Click here? Ain't the hyphy movement from here? What are you talking about? And then they got people like Kalani and Saweetie and Tony, and all of them. So why don't you go talk to some of them before you make an ignorant statement and then come back up here and act like cats ain't supposed to check you on that? That's what pissed me off, though, is that the local artists, instead of checking him on it, they rolled out the red carpet for him.
Acted just like groupie.
Right.
For that. But one thing I could say is this. You can't fault him because the people who he was coming up here to deal with, they led him down the wrong path.
They sure did.
They didn't say, hey, man, we need to go check this guy out. This guy's here. This guy's here. This entity's here. This entity's here. They made it like they was the entity.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like when you go to places, and I know you travel a lot. I travel a lot. I try to find people that are authentic to the core of what the city, the town, the region is about. Yes. Not people who are just there patting me on my back. Correct. Not fans, not groupies. I don't want to be celebrated. I want to be included. I want to know what's going on. Where do I go eat at? Where do I go hang at? What events? Where are y'all at? So I can show up and make a contribution to it as opposed to standing on the outside acting like I'm bigger than it. And I think those are the type of people that need to be the tour guides of this region.
When you come to their region, you need to link in with them.
Yeah.
So saying that is saying this. LaRusso, man, I don't know if you ever see this, but hey, man, you should really get your knowledge up about Seattle, man.
Yes.
And the whole Northwest region.
Yes.
Because the cats that you is dealing with, I understand they're paying you. Yes. So you're going where the money's at.
Yes.
And you're going where you're benefiting from. But at the end of the day, before you try to make statements about this here city,
right,
do your research, man.
Do your research.
Because running into the wrong character, man, will be dangerous. However you want to look at it.
However you want to look at it.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because they gonna take it super personal.
That's right. And they don't care about the people paying you.
No, not at all.
They don't care about your celebrity.
Not at all.
They are real people like you say you from Vallejo and you from Oakland and Richmond, California, where there's some real people.
Yes.
They real like that.
Yes.
And just because we're in Seattle, it doesn't mean just because it looks nice, just because it's cleaner, don't mean that you won't run into what you're really looking for, or maybe what you're not.
Because if you really had a came to the hood, and you really had a came to the heart, of the urban area, you would have had a different outlook on this region as a whole, period.
Absolutely, because this region has a history. We have a black festival. We have a area in the central area that was all black, that all the blues singers and soul singers came through.
Yes.
We have Jimi Hendrix.
Yes.
We have Quincy Jones.
Yes.
We have a Mr. Benjamin. We have a Jace. We have a Lim's bookstore.
Yes.
We have a culture. We have a history
A real
that you
culture.
need to learn about before you open your mouth and say what you're cultivating. Because to cultivate something means you're doing something new. Don't give us the American ideology of you found America and there was people already here.
And especially the melanated people.
Yeah, exactly.
That was already here.
Exactly.
Because there's a whole bunch of melanated people that you was not interacting with
No.
in this city.
No.
Because the ones who you was around didn't come around.
No.
Because they couldn't come around.
They couldn't come around.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Absolutely.
So that part.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey man, I'm glad we touched on that subject, and I'm glad that someone of your pedigree, your stature, your status spoke out about it.
Absolutely.
Because now somebody might pay attention.
Well, they're going to have to pay attention to this region anyway. There's too much heat coming out of here. And, you know, what I would hope is that the young folks here understand how important they are, how valuable they are, and whose shoulders they're standing on, who hold us to an accountability and responsibility. I said this in an interview a little while ago, a few months back, but I talked about just because you can rap don't make you hip hop.
Not at all.
Right?
Not
just because you got a little style or you come from the hood don't make you hip hop. It's a culture. It's how you show up. It's the accountability. It's the responsibility. It's the knowledge of self.
Yes.
The knowledge of where you're going
Yes.
to. It's the speaking for the voiceless.
Yes.
It's making what you do a purpose and not just a celebratory event where people just come and pat you on your back and be like, you're the man, you're the woman. How about you're a contributor to a culture that now runs the world?
Man, look, man. These is gems, man. They ain't used to hearing this kind of people ain't used to hearing this kind of language, man. Because a lot of cats, like you said, they believe because they can rap.
Yep.
They have a little talent.
Yep.
That they are the culture. They are it.
Right.
When really, man, you gotta know the history. You gotta be embedded deep that actually you had to at least do something to make a mark.
Yes.
And stain the scene with something.
That's it.
To consider yourself a part of the scene.
And be around for a while.
A long while.
Right?
Not just a fly by night.
No.
Because you had a good song. You dig what I'm saying? Because most of it boils down to finances on most of them, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And most of them want to be employees and not employers.
There you go.
So they working for somebody else.
Talk about it.
And once that entity run out of the funding or just get tired of doing what they're doing because they're been spending so much capital on the venture and it hasn't made them nothing.
Right.
They just stop.
That's it.
So you just stop.
That's it.
And you just fall off the face of the earth.
Right.
And you wonder, like, man, what happened to Whoopty Wow? Because I know over all these years, you done been in the game, I done been in the game. We done seen a million MCs come and go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Ones who thought that they was the gods.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, man, we doing it.
Yeah.
We doing it. We doing it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, six months to 18 months later, you like, what happened to Whoopty Wow?
They ain't here no more.
No.
Yeah.
But we still here.
We're still here.
Doing us.
Absolutely.
Because it's not about, for me, I don't know about nobody else, and I can't speak for nobody else, but it's not about the money with me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about the passion.
That's it.
It's about, I'll put it to you like this because it's hard to explain. I'm like one of those diehard athletes that get hurt or get benched and mad because he ain't in the game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about going off because he can't get in the game.
Yeah.
That's how I be feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I be mad when I see certain stuff, when I see this new generation doing certain things. It's like, come on. Where's the real representation of us?
But you know, I think what has happened is that passion has been looked at as weakness. I think in
this new generation.
Yeah, the new generation, but also the society. Like, if I'm passionate about something, but I'm not making no money, people act like I'm a sucker, right? They don't understand that the strength is not just in the dollar bill.
No.
The strength is the ability to stay consistent. The strength is the ability to show up.
Yes.
The strength is the ability to stand on something, right? They think the strength is the dollar.
But that ain't the strength.
That ain't the strength. You can burn $1,
but
you can rip $1.
You gonna still be here.
And you're gonna still be here.
Now, don't get it twisted. It do take some money because this is the music business.
Right.
So you're gonna have to spend something. You're gonna have to have a little budget for something.
But you know what that means to me? Are you a hustler or not? Do you got it in you or not?
Look at the camera and tell
Are you a hustler or not? Do you got it in you or not? Because if you don't, then yeah, you need to go ahead and move out the way. But if you got it in you, go ahead and stay because we need you. We need that mentality. We need that ability, and we need the power that comes along with moving forward, which hustlers do.
Man, you're hearing this straight from a boss, man. I love it. I'm glad she gave me this opportunity, man.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
What I'm saying? Because when we was over at the Virgo party, Kun and Keek's party, man, we had a deep conversation.
Absolutely.
Because we don't run into each other a lot.
Right.
But when we do run into each other, it's like we've been seeing each other every day for the last 20 years.
That's it.
You dig what I'm saying? So man, we had such a powerful conversation,
absolutely,
man, and a powerful link. I'm like, man, I gotta get this guy. I gotta do this interview.
Yes, sir.
Regardless, I don't really care what nobody say. This interview is warrant for the Seattle music scene, man.
Well, I appreciate the ability that you've created a platform for the voices to be heard, not just on stage, but in conversation. Not just in fashion, but in business. And it's in the community. It's right in the community.
Right in the heart of the community.
So you have to come into a community to have this conversation.
So you guys hear what he said. You have to come into the community.
Yes, sir.
If you don't come into the community, you'll never experience the real hip hop scene, the real Seattle music, all the outskirts is cool.
Right.
But if you can't come through the hood,
right.
If you can't come where it started and originated from, man, come on, man. Let's just stop it.
Yeah. What do they say? You're a knockoff.
A knockoff, a carbon copy.
You're a knockoff. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me something, man. Do you ever feel like you're carrying pain that's not even yours? Or maybe like family, but it comes out in your music?
All the time. I think, being a black man in America, there's a lot of pain that goes with that, spoken and unspoken. There's a lot of scenarios. We see them every day on social media, hear about them in the news, talk to them about them with our friends. As trying to be a father, right, to 4 girls, as trying to be someone who has a bigger purpose than just rhyming words, as trying to be someone who stands up for those that need somebody to stand up for them in times where they can't do it themselves. I think there's a lot of pain, but I also think there's a lot of joy, right? And I like to say it's a selfish pain to me. Meaning that there's some of this stuff I really like. I like the pain of it, right? I like the struggle of it. But the beauty is watching that concrete, right, split so that rose can grow. The beauty is watching the young brothers and sisters walking down the street, being able to have a nice day and smile at each other and not worry about busting guns. I say in a song, in the South End, the kids don't get to play hopscotch. I want to watch young people play hopscotch again. I want to see the streets bustling again. I want to see the energy. I want you to have to be home before the street lamp comes on. I want to smell barbecues in the community. I want to be able to watch my neighbor take care of my children and I take care of theirs. So that pain is something that we'll be okay with as long as at the end of it, that concrete opens up and that rose comes out.
Beautifully spoken, man. I'm telling you, man, this man's vocabulary is what y'all need to hear. Because what you're saying in your verbiage, man, and our conversation is something that they're missing this.
Yeah.
In this new generation and this new era, man.
Yeah.
We need feel good music again.
Yeah.
We need music that's gonna uplift us as a whole
Absolutely.
and people.
Absolutely.
We need that type of vibe back into the industry, just like Yuckmouth said when I was interviewing him. He was like, man, the youngsters that messed it up with all of this, shoot them up, smoke my ops, kill this, kill that, kill that. But we know that that's the way the industry personnel wanted it to go.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But we need more of that feel good music, man.
And this is what I'm going to say. I'm glad you brought that up. And I want to talk strictly to the DJs. Play Seattle music. Play the diversity of Seattle music.
Yes.
It's not about the BPMs. It's not just about the topic, the themes.
Yes.
Seattle is diverse. We should hear Seattle when we walk into the nightclubs. We should hear Seattle on the radios. We should hear Seattle in the barbershops and hair salons, in the weed dispensaries and the coffee shops. We need to hear the music because the music is the soundtrack that people learn about our city from.
Yes.
And if we only have one thing
Yes.
and one way of doing it, when they get here, they're totally confused. So let's start representing Seattle music in all aspects, in all platforms, in all opportunities. And once we do that, the world will see how great we really are.
I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
You took it. It seemed like you just took it right out of my brain.
Yeah.
See, that's why, man, we vibe so good,
That's
man.
it.
This is it, man.
That's it.
And tell me something, man. If nobody ever hear another one of your classic hits or your music again, what do you want to live on forever and why?
I think for me, if no one ever heard my music, I would want them to know my story from the cradle to the grave, meaning my development with my family, my mother and father, like we talked about, and what they put inside of me. I would want them to know about the children that I raised and the beautiful young ladies that they are and the grandbabies that they give me and will give me. I would want them to know about my contribution to the residency community and youth and how I stayed with them in times where they needed that support and the sharing of experience. And I would want them to know that I love and care about Black people, from the male to the female to the babies to the ancestors, that gives me my balance. And that's what I'll live on for the rest of my life.
And why?
Because it's in me and it's not on me.
Say that one more time. Say it one more time.
I said, because it's in me and it's not on me.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's in him. It ain't on him. You understand me? Hey, man, that right there was just, man, you got me overwhelmed with these answers that you coming out with because it's so real.
My brother.
It's real.
My brother.
Everything you saying is real.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? No fabrication, no twists on it, no nothing.
No.
You hitting them straight, bullseyeing them.
Well, that's the point, right? And like when we were talking, we said, how we doing it? It's going to be a conversation because there's going to be something you say that sparks me. There's going to be something I say that sparks you, but that's how we're supposed to do it. And these young folks, the world, the community, the music industry, they need to see these conversations.
Yes.
Because the diversity, the experiences in life are going to be different because we're individual that way. But where we come together is where we show people that rhythm, that tone, that texture, that purpose, that directive, right? And if we do that together, the power is so much stronger than doing it individually. And as my partner Felicia Lau says very, very eloquently, nobody succeeds or fails on their own. Nobody. And so we need each other in a way where I don't need your money. I need your platform. I need your support.
Yes.
I need your energy. I need your knowledge. I need you to show up and show out. When it's time for us to do that, we have to do it for one another. And that's what's going to make us elevate to where we need to be.
Man, he could have said, man, it's like he's taking everything out of my head and giving it to you because there is no I in team.
No.
I've been preaching that forever.
No.
There is no I in team.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
And you couldn't have explained it any much better.
I appreciate it.
Than I could have said it out of my head. You took it out of my head, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Hey man, tell me something, man. What's one surreal moment that you had in your music career from the beginning to now that you'll never ever forget?
I'll tell a quick story. It's going to be quick. It'll be quick, I promise you. The story is being in Italy for the first time and performing. And I remember we're on stage and nobody spoke English, but we're performing hip hop soul. And there was a lady and she was dancing or jumping up and down for about 30 minutes. And when I got off stage, the promoter walks up and he goes, "Hey, did you meet my mom?" And I'm like, "I'm not from Italy. Why would I know your mom? Who's your mom?" He said, "That lady that's jumping in the back is 80 years young." And I automatically went over to her because she's an elder. I'm in their culture and their community. I want to know what's going on. She spoke no English, old country. And she said to me, the first thing she said to me is, "Why didn't I know who you are?" And at first I was kind of trying to figure it out. Is this
like, what does she talk about?
She mean?
What does she mean by that?
And she says, and her son is translating, he goes, "Mix-a-Lot, Macklemore, Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix." She's going, yeah. "I didn't ask you. I know where he's from. Why didn't I know who you are?" Because as an 80-year-old Italian woman who's only heard stereotypes about what hip hop is, that what you just did was so connective. I could feel it. I could dance to it. I could see that it was something being said that maybe I was unable to translate. But what you did was so powerful. I don't know why I don't know who you are. And then she asked me a question. She said, "Do you know what love is?" And I said, "Yeah, but give me some game."
Yeah.
She says, "You know Italian leather?" I said, "Yes." She said, "You know Italian food?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Do you know why you know it?" She said, "Because when you love something, you share it with people before they ever meet it. I should have known who you were. Is where you're from. Do they love you? Because if they loved you, I would know you just like I know all the rest of them." Right? And then I was so moved by it. There was a 23-year-old young lady standing next to her. I said, "How you doing?" She said, "I'm doing." I said, "Oh, you speak English?" She said, "Yes." She said, "Do you know this is my grandmother? This is the first time I ever got to dance with my grandmother in public. Was at a hip hop soul show for some artists from Seattle, Washington. And you may never meet this woman again because she's 80 years young. But what you created is a lifelong memory that we'll have that we can talk about at our kitchen table."
Man, she saw the star in you.
Not only that,
the greatness in
not only that, she felt the vibration.
Yeah, your frequency.
Where we from to where we was at. And she didn't understand. She was confused.
Like,
why does the world don't know this?
Don't know him.
And that's what I'm feeling about Seattle. When they feel this vibration and they get a chance to see it and experience it, they're going to be asking, "Why don't I know who you are?" Black Staxs, the residency, Seattle Music is Real, the community, the culture, the purpose. That's who we are. That's what we are. And that's what we represent.
Man, that's so deep, man. You done hit them so deep, man. They gonna be, hey, I'm telling you, man, you gonna touch somebody that's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Is gonna really feel it and dig it, and it's gonna touch their soul, man.
I hope so.
Because you're coming, your verbiage is so powerful right now.
I hope so.
To those, man.
For those that are open to the worldly, what's going on in the world, these are the conversations we need to have. We need to create a soundtrack to the times that we live in. Because when we're through, when we're over, when these days are over, they need to go back and know what was coming from the artists, what was coming from our spirit. What did we see? How did we see it? What's the stories we told and what's the stories we omitted, right? Because it's a very important thing. Anytime there's a war, anytime there's chaos, the first thing people go to is the music.
First thing
they go to the art.
Yeah.
They want to know it. So it's our responsibility as artists to make sure that we make our contribution known.
I couldn't have said it better, man. It's powerful, man. It's powerful, man. It's powerful, man.
Yes, sir.
Now let me ask you this question. If your style of hip hop and rap had a persona, What would it be? And if you had to get a 9 or 5, would you get fired or promoted from it?
The persona is polished dirt.
Polished dirt. Okay.
Polished dirt. So it's raw and gritty, but it has a shine and a gleam to it that's unforgettable. Right?
A diamond in the rough.
A diamond in the rough.
Yes, sir.
A tree with actual roots. Would I get fired from it?
Or promoted if it had a 9 or 5?
I think if they were smart, they would put it in the vault and save it so that they can share with those that are coming next. But in a reality of being outspoken and unapologetic, it would probably get me fired.
Because it'll go against policy.
It'll go against policy. The bureaucracy would be happy with that, you know.
Hey,
but
man.
the beauty, I'll say this, the beauty about being a part of the residency is that as a director, and I'm a director over there, right? They know that this culture is based on peace, love, unity, having a good time. It's based on respect. It's based on trust. It's based on loyalty. And it's based on accountability. And so in my role, I would get promoted at the residency and fired at a 9 to 5.
Yeah, well, man, that right there was well spoken, man. And before we leave, because we got to wrap this up soon, because we could go on and on and on and on. We could just keep going and going. Tell me this, man. Let my audience know. No, first of all, what would you say to any youngsters new to the Seattle scene or to music? What words of encouragement would you give them?
I would tell them, do your research. Find out what's going on. Find out who's doing what. Go be a contributor. Go be a supporter. Show up not just for the microphone, but show up for the community that's there. Ingratiate yourself to those that are having the type of platforms. Find out where you can go and showcase your talent in a way that'll be respectful. Build a team. Be a part of something. Don't stand alone. Stand with people who can support you, protect you, give you guidance, give you love, and give you truth. Find that as an audience, and find that as a member of the community, as a creative. I would tell them to go find where the I want to say it right. Go find where you'll be challenged the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because a challenge will bring out the best in you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
For those that are winners, for those that are champions and warriors, we love challenges.
Yes, sir.
Right? We love a challenge. And use your experience to be your card, your ID card when you come into spaces. Yeah.
Well, man, thank you for being here, man. Before we leave, let them know where they can find out everything about you once again.
Absolutely.
Find your music, find the residency.
Absolutely.
Just let them know, man.
Well, once again, my name is Jace Cage, one half of that tandem Black Staxs. You can find us at blackstaxmusic.com. You can find us on social media at black_Staxs, STAX. You can find us on TikTok at Staxin, STAXIN. You can also tap in with the residency at theresidencyseattle.org and come out to the Showbox on November 20th and celebrate 10 years of hip hop being used for youth development. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to talk to my brother. And for all y'all listening, stay Staxin'.
On that note, like I always say, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. Seattle music is real. This ain't a game. It's a movement. Seattle music is real talk.
Seattle music is real talk.